EFL Championship Bristol City vs Watford prediction, team news, lineups preview. Bristol City will be looking to build on their FA Cup exploits in midweek when they play host to Watford in the Championship on Saturday. Despite there being 5 positions between these sides in the standings, 9th-placed Watford hold just a 3-point advantage over their next opponents. Match preview. With just 5 wins coming from his 14 matches in charge of Bristol City, Liam Manning is yet to fully convince supporters that he is the right man for the job. Nevertheless, the Robins showcased their potential under Manning on Tuesday evening as they recorded a 1-0 victory over West Ham United in the FA Cup. An early strike from Tommy Conway proved to be the difference at Ashton Gate as Bristol City pulled off one of the upsets of the round in seeing off the Hammers. A home tie with Nottingham Forest now awaits them in the 4th round. Yet Manning will be eager to keep the focus on league matters with the club now 4 points adrift of the top 6. That is a consequence of a 3-match winless streak that has featured defeats to Millwall and Preston North End, as well as no goals being scored. Meanwhile, Watford have recently come through an indifferent period to get back on track with victories over Chesterfield and Queen's Park Rangers. The 2-1 success over Chesterfield in the FA Cup proved far more difficult than anticipated, yet Valérien Ismaël would have been delighted with the character shown in that encounter. Beating QPR came via the same scoreline, with 2 goals from Jake Livermore handing the Hornets a lead before they held on during the closing stages at Loftus Road. Watford are now back to within 1 point of the playoffs, and Ismaël will back his players to extend their recent impressive away run, with a total of 13 points coming from 5 games. Team news. Despite the success over West Ham, Manning could make a couple of changes to his Bristol City starting lineup. Sam Bell and Jason Knight could be drafted back in at right wing-back and in a creative role respectively, taking the spots of Ross McCrory and Matty James respectively. If Mark Sykes is deemed fit enough after a hamstring injury, he will likely be named among the replacements, while Scott Twine may also only be selected on the substitutes bench. Meanwhile, Ismaël could decide to select the same Watford 11 from the win at QPR, having only made substitutions to defend their advantage. However, Mileta Rajovic could be restored to the attack in place of Reece Healey, while Ryan Porteous and Ismail Kone are pushing for recalls. Bristol City possible starting lineup: O'Leary, Tanner, Vayner, Dickey, Bell, Williams, Gardner, Hickman, Pring, Knight, Mehmedi, Conway. Watford possible starting lineup: Hamer, Andrews, Serralta, Hodt, Morris, Livermore, Asprilla, Delibashiru, Shakvatads, Martins, Rajovic. We say, Bristol City 1-1 Watford. Bristol City will be full of belief after upsetting West Ham in midweek, but it remains to be seen whether they can build on such a strong performance. With that in mind, do not be surprised to see if Watford manage to earn a share of the spoils. Fresh from having a midweek off, thanks for your watching. Don't forget to click the subscribed button and hit the bell icon for more.